Oh, g'day scrappers. Yeah, just wanted to get into some laser printers as opposed to bubble jet printers or inkjet printers. Yeah, so laser printers, they come in all types of sizes. You got the very small style and medium size and quite larger size, and no doubt there'd be even bigger than this. But yeah, not a lot to any kind of printers. It's mostly plastic and steel, but in the laser printers you do get some good quality boards. Some of the larger ones can also have hard drives, can have RAM and all kinds of things, but usually you get reasonably okay circuit boards, some wire and little motors, stepping motors, and other kinds of tiny little motors, which are pretty okay for to resell and to get a couple of bucks out of. But as I said, generally printers don't have much value, but laser printers are kind of worth picking up if you find them, because they got some good boards and that. Usually the first thing I take out of laser printers is the toner cartridge, like here. So I'll get it out. Okay, so these cartridges are the first thing I take out, and what I do is I put them into a plastic bag, so they don't leak any toner or ink powder, whatever's in them. And I send these off to Planet Arc, who are ink cartridge. They've got a division for ink cartridges. So I just take them to the stationery shop, and they've got a box where I can put these into and send it off to get proper recycled. But a lot of times they'll have, if you look around, you could find a little tab of a little gold-plated tab. In this model here, there isn't one. So so this one is just going to go straight to the recyclers. But yeah, so that's what I do straight up. Get rid of the toner cartridge, then I'm just left with the actual printer, and that's when I start dismantling it. Yeah, so go to middle size one, get another example. I mean, every printer has got different type setups, and as I said, some are very large, like this one, really big. But as you can see here, this little circuit board is it's got little gold-plated tabs on it, right? So you can sort of, sometimes they're just sort of like glued on, and so yeah, they're double-sided usually, or not usually. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But if I can just get this tape off. So yeah, that was the top side, and you can see the wear from putting the cartridge in and out. So it's quite thin plating, but it's still, there's quite a bit of gold still left on there. And the other side, well, these are these had the insulation over the top of them, so you got some nice little plating there. So yeah, so this little thing can go for precious metal recovery. Just remove the little IC chip here, some very tiny resistors, and little tantalum capacitor. So you clean this up, and then just throw this in with your gold fingers, if you like. It's just another little piece of gold, and then obviously send this off to recycling. And larger one, they can vary a lot too. They can be, some can be really good, some not so good. Okay, so here we've got a whole series of cartridges. Okay, so these have got the ink powder, and then there's a toner cartridge at the back here. So if I can get the toner cartridge out, well, that's more like, this is just this is more of a printer where the wheels, it's like a little motor. So in this case here, it doesn't have pins, well, little boards, but it's got some gold pins here. And so I'll just unscrew these and take out these two gold plated pins here before I send there. This part here can actually be, you can just throw this into scrap steel if you like, because it doesn't hold any toner. And so yeah, with these ones, these are all the different coloured. So if I look around, there might be some of gold plating. You just got to be careful there. They can leak and they got dust all over them. So they're not very pleasant to process. Can't really see anything on this one. Actually, yeah, I'm not sure where they are. If there's nothing there, well, you've got some kind of pins here, but I'm not sure if they're gold plated. Yeah, oh yeah, over here, see there, you got some gold plated pins. I've done these before, and these ones are actually quite hard to get out because they're kind of like stuck in. You have to almost dismantle this side of it to get this little part out. So with these ones, I won't bother. I'll just remove all these cartridges, put them into plastic bags and send these off to recycling. Yeah, so they're down there, but have to virtually break this whole thing, and then it's probably not much good to a recycler to, you know, be able to repurpose this. You know, so it looks like original cartridges. So yeah, so that's all I do at the start, is just remove these cartridges, and it takes out a bit of weight. Get this caddy out, and from here we can start scrapping it and getting into the normal printer sort of side of it. So, there's all kinds of slide out things in these big ones, but yeah, these printers are mostly steel, so there's not a great deal of value in these printers. As I said, in some cases we've got a nice little gold thing, but mostly it's once we remove all the plastic, send the plastic off to recycling. Usually down one side there'll be a nice board, so there should be a good quality circuit board here for us for gold recovery, and in all of them they should have little circuit boards and motors and stuff. So yeah, I'll get rid of all these cartridges, and I'll get back to I'll start stripping it down. I'll take off all the plastic that I can, and we'll have a look at what we got once all the plastic's off, and we'll see the actual the carcass and see what they look like. Okay, so with all the plastic removed from the printers now, this is basically how we want it. We can now just basically remove anything that is of interest. Usually with these laser printers, the circuit board is usually always on the one side. So here with this really small one, we've got some kind of circuit board here, a little one here, and on this one on the other side there's just like a little power board, not much on it. But usually this side is where all the little cogs and wheels are. Actually there's a nice little mid-grade board here. So but inside this sort of panel I don't bother taking it off because it's just these little cogs and stuff, unless you wanted these cogs. But once you take off this plate, all these cogs will fall out, so I prefer to just send it off to scrap metal as it is. Under this there's not much here. It's mostly the reader of the printer, so there's not really much in there of value, and so once they start getting bigger they get a bit more better value. And as you can see on this side, there's really nothing on this side, aside from inside here will be the main power board, and yeah, with these larger ones they'll have a little keypad, And so as you can see here, we got the keypad, and it's got some nice gold plating here. So definitely take out these keypads. But yeah, it's always the one side, and just got one more screw here to take out. Get this board off. And so as you can see, there's a nice circuit board here, because it's got that gold corner chip. So basically this can go as a high grade board, as a mother grade board. We've got some yellow tantalum capacitors, some black ones, tantalum capacitors, and then your nice flat packs, some IC chips around, some gold pins. So yeah, basically there's, in this one, it's just one main board, and aside from getting some wires out, we can get this little motor out, and inside here, that's where the power supply unit is. And I'll just see if I can get this out. Yeah, so should just slide out. So there you go. So you just got good little power board here, a few IC chips you can remove if you like, and then send the rest to just sell it as a power board. And then once I've taken out the main board, I might get a motor like this fan here, I might get that motor out, pull out some of this wire, and then send this whole lot out to as scrap metal. So that's the LCD panel on this one, and so just remove that, just send this off to your recycler as a LCD panel. And yeah, so as you can see, this is some nice gold plating there, and on this side not a lot, just some tandem capacitor there, some little MLCCs, resistors, and yeah, some more resistors around, and that's still a good little board. But that's the main board there, and that's the best chip we've got here. But yeah, as I said, you got some tantalum capacitors scattered around, and so definitely nice to get that board. And then the rest, scrap steel. And then the last one, which was the really big one, once again, this side, there's nothing on this side. It's just if you remove this steel panel, you've basically just got the little wheels where everything turns. Up the top, just some sheets of that's stainless steel. So you can just put that in with stainless steel if you like. Got a board up the top here. That would probably be just the main control kind of board, like a little power board. There's nothing really there, just some aluminium capacitors. So this is a very low grade board. Just put it in with your low grade power boards if you like. The LCD panel always should always have a little bit of something on there. Okay, in this case there's no gold plating, it's just the ice, these flat packs here, IC chips, and don't forget these little tactile switches with silver inside. So this is just basically still a low grade board, or probably best I'll just take off the IC chip and the flat packs, and then throw this board in with tactile switches until I process them, because there's nothing really else of value. Okay, so still got this top part to take off, right? Because you don't want to send this with this to scrap steel, because there's too much plastic on this and it stands out too much. So we still got that to remove. You see these ribbon wires up here, they all connect into a little connector, and that's got gold pins. So there's 4 gold pins on here we want to take. And as you can see, all these ribbons all lead to those gold pins. So we want to keep these ribbons as a low grade insulated copper wire. So still got all that to take off. And then we've got the main side, screwdriver. So that's once again, as with all of them, there's one side where your boards are going to be, and depending on how quick you wanted to scrap them out, you could just quickly scrap it out. Just remove that plastic cover and just take out this side of the board, and we'll have a look. And as you can see, there's quite a range of boards here. We've got a nice high-grade board, gold corner chip, right? It's going to have some gold pins in there, nice flat packs, IC chips. So just this board here is a really good board. And it looks like we've got a main board here, and as you can see here, there's a RAM stick. Okay, so printers do have RAM. Okay, this one is 64 meg SD RAM. Okay, so there you go. Actually, there's another one down here. All right, so that's a bonus. You know, so some people say that printers are really low value. Well, I mean, it's almost like a PC. You've got, two nice RAM sticks here, and just throw them in as RAM. And they're nice big ones. And so we've got the main board here that might have some kind of CPU, or there should be a good chip under there. We might have a quick look. Well, and there's another board here with, again, a really nice big gold corner flat pack. So again, this board here is a high grade. So we've got high grade, and possibly high grade here. It's got 7 RAM slots. So, inside all those RAM slots is all gold pins. So it's quite a good board, this. And here we've got a couple of motors we can take out. This is a stepper motor. It's another kind of motor we can take out. You can sell as motors or whatever you do with them. Let's see if we can just have a quick look. It might take a bit too long to remove all these screws, but let's see if I can do it quickly with one hand. But, yeah. So yeah, there's, with the larger the printer, usually the better the quality of boards. Obviously you're going to get bigger boards, and the printer itself weighs a lot more, so you're going to get more scrap value. You also got a lot more wire running through it to reach all around it. So, don't discard printers. People tend to dislike them because they're usually scrapping out a lot of bubble jet, inkjet printers. They don't have much value. Sometimes they can be good too, but printers have generally got a bad reputation because of most people get bubble jet printers, and they're really cheap. You pick them up for like $50 at the shop, brand new, so you can't expect too much. Whereas these really large laser printers can be many thousands of dollars, and so therefore there's going to be some really good components on there to take off. But yeah, maybe we might be able to get some of these boards out quickly and have a bit of a look. But as you can see, there's a lot of wire running through it, so the wire is, you've got some value in the wire as well. Okay, so that's our first main board. You can see these little kind of slot cards with big, what might be IC chips here, or flat packs. And so yeah, so this board you can sell as a motherboard. It should be able to sell, or a high grade board, because of that gold corner chip. Other side, not a lot, just some resistors, some good resistors here, and but yeah, not a great deal on the other side, but still, it's a decent board. It's a high grade, so you got some value there. Get off this. Yeah, so over here we've got, that was where we got the RAM off. I'll just get the screwdriver. And so under this heatsink we should get, it should reveal a higher grade board, hopefully. Okay, so it's an unusual chip. It's not a gold corner chip, but it's got a little triangle on the corner, so it still should be a reasonably high value chip. So this should go as a high grade board. You know, unless you depopulate them, then it doesn't really matter. But, if I can take it. Okay, so that's screwed underneath. So just hang on a tick and I'll see if I can get these side ones out. No. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to get that out because I need a hand screwdriver to get in there. But you know, from what I can see straight up, I'll undo this. If you can get this top board out, we'll have a better look. Okay, so there's that nice little high grade board. You know, really good quality board. There's going to be some nice gold fingers here. So this is a, you know, a nice board to add to the other one. And this whole board, it's about motherboard size. Okay, so we've got some blank space here. You can see here it says HDD. So the hard drive would also slot in there. In this case, it doesn't have a hard drive, but because, you know, the owners probably took it out. But so as you can see, it's just like a PC. It's got a hard drive, got RAM, kind of like a CPU here. Got a nice little Oki chip here. So really good value. Some nice, you know, pins here where the hard drives slide into. It looks like, yeah, so one hard drive goes in there, this board goes in here, and don't forget that other high grade board. And yeah, so once I've taken out this main board, which most likely comes out this end, see if I can just quickly, oh, there you go. All right, now that you can't get much easier than that. Just sort of slide straight out, and so there you go. So we've got a beautiful board here. The steel will send off to scrap, but so 1, 2, 3 boards and 2 kind of RAM chips. So, you know, with me, I depopulate these IC chips, put them in the IC bucket, and then keep the whole RAM stick as a precious metal recovery, because you can see all the gold going along there, you know, all these lines of gold. So no point in just taking off these gold fingers. You might as well just dip in this whole chip. With this one, doesn't look like there's, you know, there's no gold around the outside, but maybe underneath these chips, once I remove these IC chips, there could be, you know, more gold plating under there. If not, I'll just remove these fingers. But yeah, so that's laser printers, and obviously we're going to have a lot of wire running through. Yeah, wire pretty much through it. So as you can see here, if I can get this out, look at that. You know, it's only low grade insulated wire. You know, it goes as low grade, but it's still you know, got some value there. You know, there might be $1 worth here. It's good enough. You know, and then we just got this nice, better quality insulated wire going through it. So that's all I'll do, is just take out a bit more wire. I'll remove this top, get out the gold pins out of these, and then I'll send the rest as scrap steel, just as it is. It's still got a bit of plastic on it, but that's fine. Okay, we don't need to get into it any further. So you don't have to scrap out printers right down to the absolute bare bones, because yeah, so like this other one, all I'm going to do is remove this board and then send the rest to scrap steel. Yeah, most of the motors probably aren't really that special in the smaller ones like this, but yeah. Get you out. Okay. So it looks like there's another riser board here, or whatever they're called. Out you come. Okay, so we've got like another board here. That's the can't think of the word right now, but we're going to have some, you know, nice gold pins in these slots. So I want to get this board out, so as you can see, this board is quite nice. It's quite bare, but it's still got some nice components on it, and you know, a little bonus, some nice gold fingers, double-sided. So when I depopulate this, I'll also take off these gold fingers, nice and easy, and so we've got some gold recovery in there. So you know, that's just for an average laser printer, and yeah, the bigger the laser printer, the better the boards. You can get hard drives, you get RAM, things like that out of it. You know, got some more laser printers here. It's HP LaserJet, that'll be all right. You know, they're pretty easy to get once you know where to get your eWaste from. Laser printers are quite common, and for me, I let them build up a little bit too long, but I'm finally getting to a few of them. All right, well, keep scrapping, have fun, and I'll catch you next time.